Can you see my mug back there? You know what it says? It says that it's fun to feel good. And that's for sure. I don't know if you've ever felt like shit before, but feeling like shit is not fun. It's way better to feel good all the time, pretty much every time, all the time. And what makes us feel good? Things that support our mitochondria. And what support our mitochondria? A lot of different things. Our light exposure affects them, the air quality, the water quality, the food quality. But there are certain supplements and foods that we can take that actually increase their efficiency. And one of those things is being at times in a state of ketosis, cycling in and out. And one awesome product that I've been using for and experimenting with for the last couple of days is this matcha MCT oil powder to not only give me a cognitive boost. I use it as a pre-workout. I use it as an afternoon pick-me-up, but it also just supports healthy cellular function, not because just of the MCTs and the awesome saturated fats that are in there, but also because of the high quality matcha that's in this product. So I'm going to go ahead and review this for you today. Before I get to the review, I just want to say welcome and thank you for watching. All of my content is based around things like this, things to support our mitochondria, our energy levels, things that ideally are going to help us live a longer life, but also live a healthy life, a happy life, a kick-ass life. And so I'm just simply sharing the things that I find that work well for that. There's a cat outside my window. I'm just simply sharing things that work well for that in my life and sharing them with you here on YouTube. So if you're into that type of content, I would appreciate if you went ahead and considered subscribing. But before you even think about that, watch this video first. And if you like it, then consider doing so. But without further ado, let's get right into this review. Total disclaimer, I am an affiliate for Perfect Keto for this company, but that's because I chose to and I applied to be after testing and experimenting their products. And I'm not just going to share random stuff. I'm only going to share things that I use and implement. I'm going to share with you just honest, unbiased reviews. And being an affiliate does help support the channel if you decide to ever try something. So no obligation. You don't have to use the link if you don't want to, but I just want to make that disclaimer. I am an affiliate, but the fact that I chose to be an affiliate has nothing to do with or doesn't influence the quality of this review or about what I'm going to say about the product. Okay, so I want to make that very clear. So I went ahead and decided to order this and try this out, this matcha MCT oil powder. What this is it's a base of MCT oil powder, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It's MCT oil, medium chain triglycerides, saturated fat from coconuts. It's that oil condensed down into a powder, basically. So you get C8, C10, all the other MCTs that are found, all the other medium chain triglycerides that are found from coconuts. If you don't know what MCT oil is, you essentially take coconut oil and you extract these medium chain fatty acids from there, these medium chain triglycerides, and those very effectively get turned into energy, get turned into ketones in the body. They give you a great cognitive boost, physical energy boost, things like that. So it's a very popular thing amongst the keto community, but I want to make very clear that a lot of the products that Perfect Keto makes, and this one specifically too, you don't have to be following a ketogenic diet to benefit from that. If you guys follow me closely, you know that I'm not about being ketosis all the time. I don't track my ketones. I don't care if I'm in ketosis. I have, by the end of the day, some amount of carbohydrate, not crazy amounts, but it's still low carb, still probably considered keto. But I want to make that very clear that if you're not following a ketogenic diet, you can still get massive benefits from this. If your goal is high energy output, you need a little pick-me-up or cognitive boost or anything like that. So you take coconut oil, you extract the MCTs from that, and then you get MCT oil, which I use daily in my coffee cup right back there. I use the MCT oil from Perfect Keto as well now. That's who I that's who I source my MCT oil from. And so went ahead, decided to try this out. So it's MCT oil powder as the base. And then the next ingredient in there is acacia fiber, just a little bit of that. In total, this comes out to 1 gram of carb, but that's 1 gram of dietary fiber. So it's 0 net carbs. The next main ingredient is organic ceremonial grade matcha. So when I ordered this, I was a little skeptical. I wasn't sure of the matcha quality because a lot of the times when companies or brands use green tea flavored this or vanilla flavored that or matcha flavored this, it's usually really low quality or like an extract or a natural flavors, which you have no idea where natural flavors can be derived from. Oftentimes I inquire that with the company because it could be something from a beaver's ass. Like you really don't know. And that's happened before. It's crazy. So there's none of that weird stuff going on. And I was surprised to find out that the matcha in here is actually really high quality. You can tell by that beautiful emerald green color. And if you've dealt with matcha before, you know that when you whiff it, the beginning of the whiff almost has like an algae kind of smell to it. And then it turns into this really beautiful kind of green tea-esque scent, which I love. So that's a sign of really good quality matcha. And as the ingredients say, it's ceremonial grade. I dug a little deeper into it. It's grown in Japan. It's organic. It's really good quality stuff. So you're getting the benefits of the MCT oil. Now, even if, like I said, you're not a fan of a ketogenic diet, you can't argue with the fact that saturated fats are amazing for us and that they fuel our nervous system, our cells, our brain. They give us great energy. And MCT oil, even in powdered form, is just a great source of saturated fats overall. So ketogenic diet or not, I love it. And then since the matcha is actually a really high quality grade matcha that I was really surprised to find out, you get all the benefits of matcha as well. So if you don't know what matcha is, you can think of matcha as green tea's wise mentor. So it is more beneficial than just a regular bag of green tea and steeping that. Matcha has a bit more robust flavor to it. It has way higher levels of antioxidants and polyphenols. You still get the EGCG polyphenols that's found in green tea in matcha. And what that basically, for those who don't know, that's something that, for example, could aid in or supports accelerated fat loss. Okay, so EGCG, green tea, that's why it's so popular among the ketogenic diet or people trying to lose weight, or when you're, in a fasted state and intermittent fasting, green tea and coffee and things like that can help with that. So you get the benefits of that, but matcha also contains some levels of caffeine. Now, what I like is that it doesn't contain as much caffeine as a cup of coffee. And so for me personally, based off my genetics, I am a slow caffeine metabolizer. And what that means is that basically if I have a cup of coffee, it's going to take a really long time for that to completely leave my system. So I watch my caffeine intake in the afternoon after about 2 p.m. or so it doesn't disrupt my sleep, because I really care about my sleep quality. But the other day, it was about 2:15, so I was just about to go walk down to school and pick my daughter up from first grade, but I needed a little pick-me-up. I was a little tired. And when I'm around my daughter, obviously I want to be an amazing dad. I want to be a fun dad. So I really like to have high energy levels, but I didn't want to have a full cup of coffee. Luckily I had this, and one serving of this contains half the amount of caffeine found in a cup of coffee. So I was like, okay, cool. It's not going to give me that much of a boost. Plus I'm going to get energy from the MCTs. I had it at about 2:15, 2:20. And an amazing lift me up. Not only did it give me stable energy for literally hours, but it also turned off some cravings I was having. Like I said, I was a little tired. I needed a little something. And because of that, I was contemplating having some chocolate or some raw honey or something, because I wanted to kind of satisfy a little craving there. Don't know where that came from, but this completely eliminated that craving, which I was super surprised. I was just doing it for an energy boost, but not only did it give me that, it also turned off those cravings for hours. And then I just didn't eat until planned, which was dinner later in the day. So I absolutely love that. Not too much caffeine, so it's great for an afternoon pick-me-up, but it's still a good amount to kind of pick you up. So another situation where I use this is during a pre-workout. I experimented with that a couple times. I will, waking up, I work out in the morning, usually in some type of somewhat fasted state, usually on an empty stomach for sure. So what I did is I took this and I mixed it. By the way, super easily mixable. It mixes very easily into anything, into water, almond milk, whatever. I'll get to that in a minute. But so I mixed this into some cold water, and then I added some isolated amino acids. Now, I don't expect anyone to have kilos of isolated amino acids laying around their house like I do, but I added some L-citrulline, some L-glutamine, some creatine, as well as beta-alanine to give me that kind of pre-workout itch. And I added that to this with some water, drank it down, and I had an amazing workout. It definitely lifted me up. And then I've also tried this pre-workout without those amino acids, and it worked well too. If you are looking though for a dedicated, clean pre-workout supplement, Perfect Keto does have one dedicated for that contains all those amino acids that I just mentioned. It also contains BCAAs. It contains exogenous ketones, not just MCT oil, but it also has beta hydroxybutyrate, all these things. I'm a fan of their pre-workout. So if you're looking for a dedicated pre-workout, something to really get you going, I would more so go with that and maybe not this. This can work though if, maybe you don't work out too often, or you don't want to be too stimulated before the workout, then this can do the trick for sure. So I did that pre-workout. I did it as an afternoon pick-me-up. I can imagine me traveling with this and using this perhaps as a replacement for butter coffee while I'm on the road. Now, in terms of energy levels, cognitive performance, this thing absolutely rocks. But I'm going to use this in addition to my butter coffee. Blending coffee, what I had in this cup this morning, really good quality from Purity Coffee, grass-fed butter, MCT oil, Shilajit, Ceylon cinnamon, a little bit of stevia. I put lion's mane mushroom in here. That is whoa, that's like a beam me up, Scotty. That's the way to go. But this definitely gives you a nice little stable boost. So going back to matcha, I was on the caffeine thing. Matcha, so it has caffeine, but matcha, also contains what's called L-theanine. Now, L-theanine is popular as a popular like supplement pill that you can take, buy it at your local health food store, online, whatever, to take at night for relaxing, for sleeping. But a lot of people are more aware now, but not as many, that if you take L-theanine with caffeine, it gives you this really awesome nootropic-like effect. And you take that in the AM, obviously with your cup of coffee or with your tea or whatever. And matcha naturally contains L-theanine and caffeine. And so that's why it's so popular among, it's originally like grown in Japan and in those regions, right? So that's why it's been very popular among people who meditate, or Zen people, or Zen regions, or Buddhists and things like that. It's been popular over there for centuries because it gives you that great, calm, Zen-like focus. That's due to the caffeine and L-theanine combination. You don't get that in a cup of coffee. You just get the caffeine. There's other things in coffee, but there's no L-theanine in there. So you get all the benefits of that in here. Now, Perfect Keto does have other MCT oil powders in other flavors like vanilla, cacao. I hear that their salted caramel is super, super good, but I went with the matcha because I wanted those extra benefits, the polyphenols, the antioxidants, the L-theanine, a little bit of caffeine, things like that. So as an afternoon pick-me-up, this thing rocks. As a pre-workout, this thing can get the job done, but if you're really looking for something, go check out their pre-workout supplement. And how I do it is, like I said, I just mix it in water. And what I occasionally do is I'll add a tablespoon or two, just like a splash of raw heavy cream. So you can do that to make it like a really nice, rich, creamy matcha latte. Last ingredient in here that I didn't mention, the last one is stevia leaf extract. That is to make it like a matcha latte. So if all you had was water and you're on the go, you're at work, you didn't have time, you were in a rush, you can definitely make that happen. If you can handle and tolerate raw grass-fed dairy and you have a good source for it, I would recommend using raw dairy. I'm more of a fan of raw grass-fed dairies than I am a fan of like almond milks and coconut milks and things like that. Because oftentimes you look at coconut milk or almond milk and you look at the ingredients, there's like 7 different ingredients and all these inorganic minerals. I'm not a fan of that. But if you can't do dairy, you don't have a good source, don't do factory farm dairy, don't do conventional pasteurized homogenized dairy. I'm talking about raw dairy. If you don't have that, then fine. Do some coconut cream in here. I bet that would be delicious. Some coconut cream, some coconut milk with this. Also some almond milk or something like that. Absolutely. Now, last thing I want to talk about is the price. It comes in at $36.99 per tub, so 37 bucks, and it comes with 20 servings. So if you divide that out, that's $1.85 per matcha latte. Now, I challenge you to go to your local coffee shop, your local tea house, and for $1.85, see what you can get. See what you can get for $1.85 and see if it's going to bring you the same health benefits and energy output that a serving of this is going to give you. I mean, for $1.85 for a matcha latte that's going to fuel you with MCT, saturated fats, and the health benefits and energy levels of the matcha, you're not going to really find much else for that. That's really competitive. That's not bad at all. And as I mentioned, I am an affiliate, so I do have a discount code that I am super honored and grateful to have to give to you if you want to try this. I believe it saves you 10%. Link is down below. But if you just go to perfectketo.com/Stephen Ray, the coupon code will be automatically applied. So that will take this from $1.85 per serving to $1.57. It takes off, I think it shaves off like $6 or $7, which is really great. So if you want to try it, use that discount code. It's going to help support me and this channel and creating content for you guys, but you're going to save some money as well, which is awesome. So for $1.55 per serving, you really can't beat that. And this isn't something I have every day. So one tub is going to last me more than a month, probably 5 or 6 weeks. So with that being said, I'm a big fan. I really like it. The beautiful emerald green color is awesome. Smells really good. It's high quality stuff. I was surprised by the quality of the matcha and I'm a fan. I really like it. So if you find that this fits and this could fit anywhere in your life, perhaps as a pre-workout, like I mentioned, afternoon pick-me-up, maybe to replace your breakfast, because it actually does keep you full because, again, of the saturated fats. It turned off my cravings. I wasn't even thinking about food for hours after I had this for the first time, which is great. So if you're interested, go check that out. Link is in the description. If you need anything, just let me know. Drop a comment. I read all of them and I reply to most of them. If you want to connect with me on Instagram, at Stephen Ray Warren is the place to go. TV. Oh, no. Okay, good. We're good. Hope you like the screensaver. Follow me on Instagram if you're interested, where you can see more of my kind of daily tips and tricks and kind of what I do practically on a day-to-day basis. Instagram is the best place to go for that. Follow me there if you like. If not, if you're just on YouTube, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified every time I go live or upload a new video, which is weekly. I usually do Q&As and things like that. So without further ado, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. If you need anything, let me know. It's my pleasure. It's my honor to create content for you guys and to share awesome information with you. So yes, Have a great day. I will see you in the next video.